Hello, Broncos Nation. In recent years, the Denver Broncos have often been associated with the term ex-Saints, referring to players who previously played under Sean Payton with the New Orleans Saints and were brought to Colorado. However, after 2 years of rebuilding and adaptation, it seems the team is ready to turn a new page. Payton, known for his strategic mind and innovative approach, has had enough time to shape the roster and the team's culture. Now, the question is, what's next for the Broncos? The answer might lie in a more visionary approach. Instead of relying on established names, why not seek out the next generation of talent? Instead of investing heavily in players like Alvin Kamara, for example, why not find the next Kamara? This mindset wouldn't just save resources, but also bring freshness and dynamism to the team. In this context, an intriguing figure emerges: Jalen Milroe, the Alabama quarterback and Heisman finalist. Milroe isn't just a promising prospect. He's a versatile athlete with skills that could revolutionize the Broncos' offense. But before diving into the possibilities Milroe offers, it's important to understand the current state of the Denver Broncos and how Sean Payton has been working to rebuild the team. When Sean Payton took over the Denver Broncos in 2023, he inherited a team in crisis. After years of inconsistent performance and a string of disappointing seasons, the Broncos needed a drastic change. Payton, who had built an impressive legacy with the Saints, brought not only his expertise but also a clear vision for transforming the team. In his first 2 years, Payton focused on establishing a new culture and bringing in players familiar with his system. That's how names like Alvin Kamara, Marquez Colston, and Jimmy Graham, or younger versions of them, became associated with the Broncos. However, this strategy has its limits. While experienced players can offer consistency, they also come at a high cost and, in some cases, an over-reliance on the past. Now, with the foundation set, Payton seems ready to take the next step, finding talents who can not only replicate, but surpass the success of their predecessors. And that's where Jalen Milroe comes into play. Jalen Milroe is one of the most intriguing prospects in the 2025 NFL Draft. As Alabama's quarterback, he has already shown he has the potential to shine in the league. But what really stands out about Milroe is his versatility. He's not just a skilled passer, he's a dynamic runner capable of changing the course of a game with his legs. During his time at Alabama, Milroe had moments of brilliance. Games against teams like LSU, Auburn, and Georgia showcased his leadership and ability to perform under pressure. At Alabama's Pro Day, he surprised everyone by running the 40-yard dash in 4.37 seconds, an impressive time for a quarterback. This combination of speed and ball-handling skills makes him an ideal candidate for a multifaceted role in the NFL. But what does this mean for the Broncos? In short, Milroe could be Sean Payton's next Taysom Hill. To better understand this comparison, it's important to revisit the impact Hill had with the Saints. Taysom Hill was a unique piece in the Saints' offense during Sean Payton's tenure in New Orleans. He wasn't just a backup quarterback. He was a true Swiss Army knife, capable of playing multiple positions. Hill was used as a runner, receiver, blocker, and even on special teams. His presence on the field created dilemmas for opposing defenses, which never knew exactly what his role would be on any given play. Hill's versatility allowed Payton to explore creative formations and keep opponents on their toes. Now, with the Broncos, Payton has the opportunity to replicate that success with an even more talented player, Jalen Milroe. Incorporating Jalen Milroe into the Broncos roster could bring a host of benefits. First, he would offer an additional option in the offense capable of taking on multiple roles. Milroe could be used as a runner in short yardage situations, a receiver in trick plays, or even as a quarterback in special formations. Moreover, His presence on the field would add an extra layer of complexity for opposing defenses. Just as Taysom Hill did with the Saints, Milroe could force opponents to spend extra time preparing for his potential involvement. This, in turn, would create opportunities for other key players like receiver Marvin Mims or tight end Evan Engram. Another important point is the flexibility Milroe would bring to the roster. Currently, the Broncos don't have a third quarterback, and Milroe could fill that gap without officially occupying the position. On game days, he could be listed as a skill player, but would be ready to take over the offense in an emergency. Of course, the idea of using a premium pick on a positionless player isn't without risks. Some might argue that the Broncos don't have the luxury of investing in a prospect like Milroe, especially considering the team's other needs. However, recent history shows that Payton is willing to take risks to find unique pieces. In 2023, for example, the Broncos selected Drew Sanders in the third round of the draft. Sanders, a versatile player with experience as a linebacker and defensive end, is still developing, but his selection demonstrates Payton's willingness to think outside the box. Similarly, Marvin Mims, chosen in the second round of the same year, has been used creatively, even if he hasn't yet solidified himself as an elite receiver. Milroe represents a similar opportunity. His talent is undeniable, and his experience in an elite program like Alabama only adds to his value. With the structure the Broncos currently have, he could be a worthwhile gamble, especially if selected in the second or third round. The Denver Broncos are at a crucial point in their rebuild. With Sean Payton at the helm, the team has the chance not only to return to competitiveness, but also to establish itself as an innovative force in the NFL. The pursuit of versatile talents like Jalen Milroe reflects this progressive mindset. Milroe, with his unique combination of skills, could be the missing piece in the Broncos' puzzle. He wouldn't just bring a new dynamic to the offense, but also allow Payton to explore creative formations and strategies, similar to those he successfully used in New Orleans. In the end, the NFL is a league that rewards innovation. And with Jalen Milroe, the Broncos have the chance to take a bold step toward the future. The question remains whether Payton and his team are willing to take that risk. But considering the coach's track record, it's entirely possible that this gamble could pay off. So, Broncos Nation, what do you think? Are you ready to see Jalen Milroe wearing the Broncos uniform and helping to write a new chapter in the team's history? The future is in the hands of Payton and the front office. But one thing is certain. The Broncos are in a moment of transformation and the possibilities are endless. Let's go on this journey together. Go Broncos!